Hey, Tubies! This is Lord Bob Hickman of the Order of the Purple Cord. It is so rockin' to be back with you. You guys are awesome. I just want to say, first of all, thank you to all of you who came out to yesterday's video, which was Messages from the Spirit World. If you didn't see that, check that out. That's the video right before this one. In that video, I answer letters from viewers, and I answer psychic questions and do little mini readings. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's in the queue right before this video. Well, how do you like the robes, huh? I put on my special Wiccan robes just for you guys today because we're talking about an amazing subject, the dark moon. And the dark moon is a subject you don't hear about much in Wiccan circles. A lot of people are afraid of the dark moon. They say, oh, it's dark moon, I'm not going out tonight. Well, you know, we don't have to have that attitude. And as Wiccans, really, we should embrace the dark moon because the dark moon is the deep and mysterious aspect of our mother goddess. You know, we just had our dark moon on July 4th here, and we've got our next one coming up on August 2nd. And if you want to keep track of the dark moon and when it's happening, you might want to pop over to rarewiccaspells.com. I'll put the link below, and pick up Lady Angela's chart, which is 2016 new moon schedule. Now, you can either call it the new moon or the dark moon, but this is the phase of the moon when it's literally invisible, or if you see it, it's a black disk against the sky. And in fact, down here at the bottom of the schedule, they've got the beautiful black disk, and I love that. Now, Lady Angela also makes a full moon schedule, which also goes with this, and that gives all the full moons of the year. And it has a white moon, like the silver moon disk. So I love that because she's got the dark moon and then the full moon. Isn't that great? I love symbolism like that. But you want to do yourself a favor. Pop over, pick up these sheets. She does them. They're on beautiful fine parchment. And you can put them in your book of shadows. And I keep this right in the front of my book of shadows so I instantly know when the moons are. Because if you're like me in this modern day, we get so hectic. It's like the moon phases catch up to us before we realize it. Well, anyways, as I was saying, a lot of people have a fear of the dark moon because they think it's evil somehow or ominous. But really, the moon is our gracious mother. The moon goddess loves us. And in her dark phase, she does take on at times a more, what shall we say, a more challenging aspect. But the side of the dark moon represents the deep knowledge of the mother. It represents the cosmos information. It's from that dark moon energy that the goddess created all that is, including you and me. And if we think about it, all life originates in darkness. For example, you spent 9 months in the womb before being born. Inside your mother, I tell you, it's all dark inside. So you were formed in darkness. When you want to, grow a plant, what do? You put the seed down under the ground. The seed germinates and grows in darkness before it comes into the light. So it is that dark mother aspect where we find true spiritual power. Now, I have a great love for the dark mother. And in fact, let me show you here. I have a picture of goddess Kali. Some of you may know her. She's a goddess from India. She is the dark mother in the Hindu pantheon. But many Wiccans and Western pagans also worship goddess Kali. She really is a universal mother. You don't have to be Hindu to love her and to honor her. But this picture I just got, it's from India. And as you can see, we got a little glare here. She's dark as the night. She has long black hair. Now you'll notice Mother Kali looks kind of fierce. She has weapons in her hand and holding a skull. This is not her murdering people casually. This is the Great Mother defending her devotees against evil demons. So the skulls around her, her necklace of skulls, are actually demon heads. And Mother Kali takes the fierce form to protect her children. So we don't look at her with fear. We look upon the Dark Mother with reverence, awe, and love, because she takes this form to say, I love you so much, I will fight anybody to protect you. Now that's the type of mother we want on our side, I tell you. But as she takes that darkness, in the West, we always say, well, darkness must mean evil. But it doesn't really. Darkness simply means the cosmos in its totality. As witches, we wear black. And as many of you know, people say, oh, well, you must be evil. You guys wear those black robes. No, our black robes symbolize the deepness of the night where we work our magic. Our black robes represent the great dark moon, the Dark Mother. So if you want to work with the Dark Mother, you might want to start by wearing a black robe and honoring her on the night of the dark moon. Now, I have a pendant that I oftentimes wear at the full moon and the dark moon. And this is a pendant called Drawing Down the Moon. And you'll see it has a priestess here. And she's holding her hands up and pulling down the moon. Now, this could be the goddess or a priestess, either way. But, if we look at that moon disk, it could equally be that she's pulling down the dark moon, because it's also a large circular disk, a black disk, or a white disk for the full. But this could be either. So if I wear it against a black background, that moon disk is now black, isn't it? So you can draw down the dark moon as well as the full moon. A lot of people don't think about that. They think at the dark moon you just stay in your house and hide. No. Witches know that the dark moon is a time, it's as powerful as the full moon, but it's a different type of power, because in the dark moon we're actually working on the deeper mysteries. Dark moon is not so much about the outer world, about jobs and money, though it could be, I suppose. It's more about finding that connection within. It's about knowing where your power truly comes from. This is the value of the dark moon. Now, if you want to work with the dark moon, you want to get more in tune with that dark moon energy, might I suggest, one, that you start with getting a black robe, because you want to kind of absorb yourself in that dark energy. Black robes will help you to settle down and to look within. And as much as I love bright colors and flamboyant robes, on the dark moon I make it very simple, you see. And then you want to think about a dark moon goddess. Maybe you might want to explore the great Kali. In India she's called Ma Kali or Kali Ma, either way, but she's the great mother. Now, I'll tell you, Kali Ma is an intense goddess, so you don't want to treat her lightly. Don't be flippant. She's very powerful, but she's very loving, and so you want to respect and honor her. For those of you who may say, well, I don't know if I feel called to Kali, well, the Western tradition of Wicca also has its Western goddesses, and one of the most powerful Western goddesses is the goddess Hecate, and I'll put her picture up here for you to see. Speaking of Hecate, she is the goddess of the crossroads. She is the goddess of the dark moon. Our high priestess, Lady Angela, loves Hecate. So you might want to pop over to her YouTube channel at Lady Angela McAllister, Rare Wicca Spells. I'll put the link below. And ask her to tell you a little bit about Hecate. And she's really a devotee of Hecate. She loves Hecate. I love Kali. She's west, I'm east. Hey, it all matches up. But the goddess really, the truth is all goddesses are one goddess. So whether you call her Kali or Hecate, really ultimately we're worshiping the one goddess, the great mother of all. Now, other things you can do to help attune to the dark moon energy is focus on scrying. One of the things that I like to do, and I do this other than the dark moon, but especially the dark moon, is work with the black mirror. I'm going to do a whole separate video probably next week on the black mirror. But just for now, know that the black mirror is a piece of black glass, and it's literally a mirror. As you can see, it's reflecting here. And what you do is you sit down with the black mirror. on the dark moon and you call to yourself the dark goddess. And as you look into the black mirror, images will come and she'll bring you a message. This is also, able to be done through scrying. Now, I did a previous video, which I'll put the link below, for water scrying. And this is my beautiful goddess scrying bowl. And it's black, as you can see. And what we do is we put water in this, and then it becomes like a black mirror. You can either use the black mirror or the scrying bowl. You'll get, wonderful effects either way. I encourage you to try both because sometimes I feel I get better results with the scrying bowl simply because I think that pure water element strengthens the psychic connection. So I'm a big fan of the scrying bowl. Now, if you like the scrying bowl, you'll notice that it has the triple goddess on it. The maiden, let's see which one's which here. The maiden, I don't know which one's which. Maiden, the mother, and the crone. Isn't that mystical? And so the goddess is present, and the bowl is a sign of the goddess. So if you like scrying bowls, by the way, you can pick this up, or scrying mirrors, either of them, over at rarewiccaspells.com. This is this bowl Lady Angela currently carries. It's absolutely wonderful. It's called the Triple Goddess Scrying Bowl, I believe. But if you look up scrying bowl, you'll find it. Anyways, that's one way. Now, if you're like me, you're often on the go. And sometimes I can't bring all my witch paraphernalia with me. Like, if I have to go traveling, it's hard to pack a mirror without worrying about it getting broken. So what is a witch to do? Well, if you want to bring dark moon energy with you in that mystic side and do your scrying, how about buying a scrying pendant? Check this out. This is a beautiful witch scrying pendant that I bought a few years ago. And it's made with, I believe it's a black onyx stone. And see how it's shiny? It's like a mirror. It's like our big mirror, but it's in miniature. And I oftentimes just put this on a chain and wear it around my neck. And that way, when I'm traveling, I have a scrying device with me. And if I need to do a reading or get some insight and tune in and look at something, I've got a wonderful little powerful scrying device with me. This is wonderful. At the dark moon, you can use your scrying mirror also as a portal to send messages to people at a distance or to travel through the portal to see what's going on in places. It can be a doorway. Now, I also have another scrying pendant here. This one's a little larger, but it's the same thing. It's an onyx stone set in silver. Isn't that beautiful? But that also I wear as a pendant on a chain, and it's wonderful. See? So these are some ways you can bring the energy of the dark moon into your practice. And if you take the time to explore the dark moon and get to know the dark goddess, you'll lose your fear. And so when you hear other witches say, oh, it's dark moon, I don't know about that, I'm not doing anything tonight, you can just retire to your home and commune with the goddess, and you can just find that joy and that peace and that power that a lot of people are avoiding out of simple superstition. So I encourage you, take some time, research the dark goddess, look up Mother Kali, look up Hecate, research black mirrors, research scrying bowls. All of these things will give you power at the dark moon. And so when you don your black Wiccan robes on the night of the dark moon, you will be like our priestess here, or our priest, and you will draw down the power and mystery of the dark moon. Well, guys, listen, I am so glad you're here. I just want to come here, share that with you this afternoon. I hope it's been of some help to you. Listen, if you are watching this and you're saying, gee, Bob, I love this Wiccan stuff. How do I get more involved in it? Well, you could join our order. We have a Wiccan order called the Order of the Purple Cord. I am the high priest of it. Lady Angela McAllister is our high priestess. And her YouTube channel, I'll put the link below. But if you want to join the order, just real simple, send me an email at my website, robert-hickman.com, and go to that website. It's got the link there. And then, you will be able to join the order. It's free. We have no dues ever, absolutely free. We have only a few requirements. One is that you agree to abide by the Wiccan Rede, which is, and you harm none, do as you will. And the other requirement is that you make for yourself a purple cord. All of this is over at my website, and you can read about it. So if you want to join the order, come out and see us. We will soon be releasing a manual. I am working on it now. It's going to be for members of the order. It's going to talk about the sacred symbols of the order, give some rituals. It's going to be a kind of a guidebook for daily prayer and meditation and the secrets of the order. So definitely be watching for them. We're working on, as we can get the technology sorted out on my website, we're going to try to do a call-in conference call meetup as well soon. So we got things coming, and I'm sure glad you're here with us. So I hope you'll consider joining the Order of the Purple Cord. Well, guys, listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. Hope you'll like this, favorite, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd sure love you to be here. Oh, and if you haven't, go over to my website and get your free daily horoscopes. You can go to robert-hickman.com and you'll see a horoscopes tab. Click on it and you'll get your free daily horoscope. No charge at all, free, don't have to register, don't have to pay anything, just for the taking. Okay, all for you. Anyways, also send me a note if you want to join the Order of the Purple Cord, or contact Lady Angela as well. We also have a Facebook page, and I'll put the link below for that also. So definitely check us out. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. Blessed be. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Zodiac Thursday.